Today, just living today. So, feed the dogs some food. Get some food. Give the dog some dog food. Good dog. Give the dog some water. So, we're going to get some water. Fill up some water. Another day in paradise. So there's some clouds, a few clouds. Have another dog. So yeah, today's a good day. Looks like nobody's watching at the moment. Guess people can watch once the video's uploaded. Hello people, watering some plants. So I've got some capsicum plants and pawpaw plants, and I'm trying to sprout some macadamia nut trees. They haven't sprouted yet. So yeah, I got some banana trees, some guava trees, more banana, more guava trees. How is everybody? So I've got a few different types of banana trees. I don't know, Cavendish and ladyfingers. They're bearing fruit. Got some hay. Might go and water some more plants. So we'll turn on the tap. Go and water more plants. Some grasshoppers. So yeah. Good day today. Water some more plants. Right, let's water more plants. Hose is not, the filter's blocked on the hose and it's not much water coming out. So we're just watering some fruit trees. We've got many different types. We've got a few different types of fruit trees here. Got some, far as I can see, the custard apples. And I've got some guava trees. And I've got some aloe vera. And yeah, I've got some, dog. So yeah, there's a few trees here. How is everybody today? Got some, what's your favourite fruit tree? There's the horse. Just water these plants. So I've got quite a fair few plants here. I don't know how many in the numbers, and if I were to count them in the numerical system. But yeah, there's a few plants here. Today, I was thinking about doing just a little saying some things about some observations in life. So yeah, there's certain when we observe life and the longer we live, the more likely we are to realise what might just be beliefs and opinions and what might actually be reality, undeniable reality, no matter how many beliefs or opinions or think we're right or wrong or about certain things. It's just it happens and we can't do anything to change it. Such as the sun rises every day, no matter how much we deny that the sun is rising, or no matter how much what we believe about where the sun is or what it's doing, not what it's doing, but where the sun is and what it is made of, what it consists of. There's certain, when it keeps rising every day, we can have all the opinions in the world about how far away it is, how close it is, what it's made from, but the reality of it rising every day, rising or coming into our our ability to see it, moving to our part of the earth where we exist, to see it, then yes, we can say that it's 50 million miles or kilometres away. We can say it's 1 kilometre away, but the fact that it keeps coming to life, the wording, or we could say coming to life or moving to our part of the earth so that we can see it with our eyes. And if we can't see, if we're blind, then we'll still be able to feel it because of the warmth and the heat that it brings. So those two things, that thing that it does, we are able to see it or feel it, is probably the most undeniable fact or reality, whereas the opinion of how far away it is or how fast it's moving or away from us or towards us or around us or is more just can lead or lend its way into just opinions and beliefs and not observable and feelable reality. So, in saying that, when we observe things with our eyes, especially while we're in good health and probably in our probably between in our sort of younger adult years when we have the best ability to actually see with our eyes. As we get older, we can see, we may need glasses or other forms of eye equipment to be able to see something. While our eyes are at their peak health, we can observe what is happening in the reality earth that we live and exist in. So, and yes, so some things we can observe, and then some things we can feel, and then some things we can observe and feel. So all here, see, observe, hear, feel. So yeah, we have more understanding or comprehension or to be able to grasp what is happening. So yes, and what we observing something for 1 second or 1 minute or 1 hour is there's nothing we can see what's happened, but then also observing something for a long period of time, we can realize it might be possible to realize our belief or opinion of that observation and realize that the belief that when we first saw that observation is not necessarily true, but we may have held on to it because we didn't want to be wrong in our belief. But then we let it go and then realised, oh, we were wrong, or yeah. But then, yeah, also we can realise what something is going on, but you can also know what's happening, but then you tell a different story to what is happening, so that the one or a person, people, man, woman, can then so that others perceive it differently, but we may know the true story or see the true observation about a certain event, but we choose to tell a different story to for an agenda, or to safeguard, or to store up more wealth, or store up or protect our reputation, or our perceived reputation, protect one's image. So yeah, there's many things we could, but yeah, that's really a topic for another time. What I'm talking about is observing reality and having a grasp on it, and understanding or comprehending, and just sticking to the most basic and simple facts, so that one does not get sidetracked or disillusioned or delusioned, or just drawn away from what's the most important aspects, such as one surviving and keeping their body alive to live, as long as they can and enjoy life as much as they can. So, because ultimately, in general, it would be fairly safe to say that most people, or animals and mankind, would be above all out to protect and preserve their body for as long as they can before their body ceases to be alive, and then return back to the earth in a different state, transform into a different state. No longer blood running, no longer being what people would call alive. So that's observable reality is always I would say it's where we should always start, and where it will always be fairly safe to say where it was always finish, because no matter how much we get sidetracked into and distracted with either perceived or real alternative realities or perceptions, such as like religion, heaven and hell, or scientific things such as vibration and frequency and etc. No matter how much we choose to think about those things, usually the sun, while we're thinking about those things, the sun rises and then the sun moves to our part of the earth, and then the light day goes by, and then the day finishes and the light finishes. The sun moves away or further away from us, and then that's it. The day's over, and then it's night or dark. So it doesn't really matter what we think about some things. It's just the reality just is there, sets in, and that's what happens. And we can think that this is the reality, or that's the reality, or that's, we're going to heaven or we're going to hell, or there's higher frequencies, or there's 5 dimensions, or all the rest of it. But mostly, in the meantime, while we're discussing that, the very almost absolute or real reality of the sun actually just rising or moving closer than till we can see it. Some people would call that rising. And then the sun setting and the sun moving further away so that we no longer can see it. Either further away or it's moving in a different direction so that we can't see it. It's turning a corner so therefore we can't see it. So it's either moving further away or it's like turning a corner so we can't see it. And then unless we fly or drive or move our bodies closer again, then we can see it again. But if we just live and then the sun goes down or away, because the sun could be going down, but it also just could be going away, or it could just be turning, going off into a different angle. So therefore, it's not necessarily going down. So, and then yeah, one observe. So that's the physical reality, which no matter how much one ignores it and says, oh yeah, it's okay, doesn't matter if, what happens because I'm going to heaven or I'm going to hell, or doesn't matter, we're just going to the 5th dimension. In the meantime, the physical reality is just there, and there is a little bit we can do to change it. We can mould it a little bit. We can mould the mountains a certain way with the machines, and then we can mould there's so much we can mould people a certain way, but then there's only so much we can mould things before it just can't be moulded any further. That's it. That's the full extent moulding, and then the mouldings. There's only so much you can shape something. We can shape our existence to a certain extent, but then yes, we're faced with that we can no longer shape it anymore. No matter how much millions of machines or technologies that we have, that's it. We can only shape certain things so much. So, but yes, within those limitations, we have the ability to choose whatever and make decisions as much as we want. So the one thing that I was going to say, so in Australia we've got in the country called Australia, on the land or the earth, part of the earth that people commonly call Australia. From what I've been told is that I've never experienced it, but the British English people developed the name and that in Australia, and then formed the society or governance, which mostly has dominance in Australia. Of course, there's do they have dominance over every single ant and every single plant? Well, there's some people that would like to, but yes, they may not have control over every single ant. So from my observation, what's happened is that from the Christian religion that a lot of people probably was born into in this land called or country called Australia. The guilt. So when people feel or experience guilt, it is cleverly attempted to be placed on people, whether I don't have a specific class or race, or whether it's more rich or more poor or more different colour skin, but the guilt is attempted to be placed on people, and it and you and it placing or plonking or forcing the guilt on the people does work, especially when people are unaware that they are bearing the blame/guilt on oneself until they wake up or realise they are putting the guilt onto the person who may or may not be guilty, but guilty of an act or something that is but they are just putting the guilt onto someone because it's very easy to do. So when oneself no longer accepts all the guilt, one is faced with some guilt. So some guilt still may be forced or coerced or threatened or dumped or attempted to be dumped on one's body, mind or property or reputation. I don't know exactly whether I just haven't figured that out, but onto one's body, mind and property. So one theory, or it could very well be fact, but we'll call it a theory for now. Everyone except the man who created such religious scripture such as the Bible, and it may exist in other religions too, but the man who the man or the men who claim to be God's priest, they it's likely they are trying to put the guilt onto those who supposedly aren't God's priests. And this is evident from all the words that they tell that they try or they either force or recommend people to read. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. You know, they're basically saying that everybody's not good enough, everybody sinned, everybody else is to blame, but not necessarily those that person that wrote those words, or that choose to have the authority to or claim the authority that they own or perpetuate those words, such as, you know, the son or the inheritance of those words, of the, you know, the copyrighted, if say they copyrighted those words and made it that they are the owner of those words, they're basically saying, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. They're saying that everybody sinned, and that they could be leaving out that they are not sinners, you know. They could be saying for all, they could be leaving out all of those people and not including themselves. The blame and the guilt can and will be placed on the suspecting and or the unsuspecting person for every single thought, word and action they do. They're constantly looking to blame others at all costs, at all times. There is no thought of taking accountability or feeling the guilt. They want everyone else to take the guilt, blame and shame. So, yeah, they want everyone else to be responsible for something that the guilt has, or in their, or yeah, maybe true, the guilt in their eyes has to be transferred to somebody except them. And I don't know what happens if nobody takes on the guilt, whether it's just gets transferred back to the original person that tried to plonk the guilt onto that all the rest of those people, or whether it just dissipates into the air, or whether it has to be placed onto a tree or the land or a plant or an object or something. I'm unsure of that, but yeah, the guilt definitely is tried to be plonked onto other people, and it just depends on who's going to accept it or not. If somebody just says no, I'm not accepting it, and takes actions to not accept that guilt, like if somebody tries to give somebody an object or a gift or anything, and somebody just runs away or just does not take that object, and they try to place it on their property or something, and they just take that object off that property and just stop them from putting that object or that gift or that equipment. Hello, France Freaky. So, here is some chicken feed that I feed the chickens. Sometimes I sell the eggs in a local town, sometimes I don't. So, France Freaky, hey bro. Azadi Faroki. What is, can you translate that into English? I can't, get that, I can't get Arabic into English unless, I copy and paste it in writing. So I don't know what Azaid Faroki said. France Freaky said, hey bro. But yeah, I've just got some chicken feed. A dog here. So, anyway, I might end this live stream soon. Yeah, so just feeding the animals. We'll type in. I don't know how you ever hello France Freaky. I can't type into the chat anyway. So yeah, it looks like there might be some rain today, so that's a good thing. Anyway, we will end this.